Viewers and listeners, good night. Please stay tuned as we getting ready for the community meeting.
Voice of the children and the youth. John Paul, pagan dreams, watch them rise. Farmers tilling soil, women breaking chains, elders sharing stories through sunshine and rain. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Go, go, go. From the barrage hills in the web on no breeze. Jump up, stand tall like the island trees. Voice of the children and the youth. John Paul, pagan dreams, watch them rise. Farmers tilling soil, women breaking chains, elders sharing stories through sunshine and rain. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Go, go, go. Everyone jump over. JP runs with the youth, teaching them to soar. A voice for the voiceless. Jump all opening doors. Lebanon knows his name. Jump all changing the game. Strength in his heart, no room for fear. Hands together, hearts aligned, building futures, and baby, no one step at a time. The pulse of the people will be so strong, baby. Abandon united, we'll vote John Paul instead. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we rise. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Everyone included, jump over. From the barrage hills in the web on no breeze. Jump up, stand tall like the island trees. Voice of the children and the youth. John Paul, pagan dreams, watch them rise. Farmers tilling soil, women breaking chains, elders sharing stories through sunshine and rain. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Everyone included, everyone empowered. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Go, go, go. Everyone jump over. soar. A voice for the voiceless. Jump all opening doors. Rebel no knows his name. Jump all changing the game. Strength in his heart. No room for fear. Hands together, hearts aligned. Building futures and baby, no one step at a time. The pulse of the people will be so strong, baby. I know united. We'll vote John Paul instead. Everyone included, everyone in power. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we rise. Everyone included, everyone in power. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we rise. Of the children and the youth, John Paul, pagan dreams, watch them rise. Farmers tilling soil, women breaking chains, elders sharing stories through sunshine and rain. Everyone included, everyone in power. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Everyone included, everyone in power. Feel the rhythm, feel the power. We jump or we ride. Go, go, go. Everyone jump over. JP runs with the youth, teaching them to soar. A voice for the voiceless. Jump all opening doors. Rebel no knows his name. Jump all changing the game. Strength in his heart.
Yeah, man. One good term deserves another. They have a party. This time, not one seat for them flow. Sentence 0. Elections coming, Flabo panicking, they quarreling, while Labour working, they fantasizing, Boulom they seeing, even larger bless, them men invoking, but to me it's clear, so I have no fear, it's Philip J. Pierre, we put him back there, because he cares, yes Philip cares. Flabo getting licks, Flabo getting licks, Flabo getting licks, 25 or 26, anytime, Snail licks, Guy Joseph licks, Bocolorum licks, 25 or 26, anytime, Aaron licks, Bradley licks, Marcella licks, 25 or 26, licks, 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 Flabo getting licks, 25 or 26. Happy with Labour Party, cause they seeing we progressing, more tourists coming, more people working, the money spreading, everyone getting. Spencer's Day was there, that one did not care. Friends and family, he gave we money to Safini or ZLC. Flabo getting licks, Flabo getting licks, Flabo getting licks, 25 or 26, anytime. Roslack licks, Chico licks, Liana licks, 25 or 26, Laura licks, Emil licks, Radfuls and licks, 25 or 26, licks, 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 Flabo getting licks, 25 or 26. Everybody vote for Labour, everybody vote for Labour, everybody vote for Labour, cause Labour puts us first. We on the right track, we not turning back, so them corrupt men, not one seat for them, send to hospital, we'll be there for all. Labour put you first, 25 or 26. Licks, licks, licks. Licks, licks, licks. Trouble getting licks. 25 or 26. Come on! On good term, this is another. Hey, Bakate! This time, not one seat for them floor. Sentence 0. Elections coming, Propo panicking, they quarreling, while labor working, they fantasizing, Bolom they seeing, even Raja bless, them men invoking, but to me it's clear, so I have no fear, it's Philip J. Pierre, we put him back there, because he cares, yes Philip cares. Bravo getting licks, Bravo getting licks, Bravo getting licks, 25 or 26, anytime, Snail licks, Guy Joseph licks, Colorum licks, 25 or 26, anytime, Aaron licks, Bradley licks, Marcella licks, 25 or 26, licks, 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 Bravo getting licks, 25 or 26. You're rara. Bravo, rara, Rose, licks. Oh yeah. St. Lucian's happy. We party. Cause they seeing we progressing. More tourists coming. More people walking. The money spreading. Everyone getting. Spencer's Day was there. That one did not care. Friends and family. He gave we money. To Safini or ZTC. Get licks. Get licks. Get licks. 25 or 26. Anytime. Roslag licks. Chico licks. Liana licks. 25 or 26. Laura licks. Emil licks. Radfus and licks. 25 or 26. Licks, licks, licks. Licks, licks, licks. Bravo getting licks. 25 or 26.
Don't fall, easy for all. Nous qu'a fait préfil fall. Bakay la wet pa mol. Yes pa tape sad ball. Make labor party stand tall. Make labor party stand tall. And we shall never fall.
Aldrick.
Pas qu'a fait ball.
Aldrick, Edward.
Là c'est pour des chasses finigo. PJP pas pièce à lolo. If you want the
Yes, boss, yes, boss.
Make your John Paul.
Right here. Voila. Good evening, brothers and sisters of labor. How you feeling tonight? What is the mood? What is that mood? All right, and the last nail in Shasney's coffin is this coming Sunday. We are all heading down to St. Jude's. Yes, Shasney Pasadomi. To St. Jude's. St. Jude's. St. Jude's. All right, folks, so we're about ready to start our meeting. Just want to welcome everybody to our wonderful community of Cabiche. Oh, matter of fact, I just learned that there is a candidate for Cabiche Babuno. So, John Paul, you have... So, John Paul, you have somebody who's challenging you. All right, so we're moving with the program, of course. As customary, everybody, we would love to invoke the presence of the Most High. So I now call on Sister Jennifer Casabot to lead us in prayer. If Sister Jennifer is not present, our other person would be Miss Saya Preville. Is Saya here? All right.
Good night, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in a meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of this community. Fill us with your grace and continue to remind us that all we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name I pray. Amen.
Okay, it's only showers of blessings. But thank you so much, Shia, for a wonderful, wonderful prayer. And of course, everybody, I am very bad at this, but I'm just here to welcome you all again to our meeting. I think this might probably be our 5th or 6th meeting. So we have a series of meetings. We meet every Tuesday and every Thursday. However, next week, Friday, this is going to be an addition to our roster. Nomination day, of course, would be that very Friday, which is the 21st of November. So after nomination, we're going to be heading down to Froissart, motorcade style. Bring your friends, your whistles, flags, and anything to make noise. So we're going to be waking up Froissart, waking up the stronghold, and as we await for that beautiful, beautiful day. And just want to also remind Cabiche residents, Cabiche people, that your polling division is B6A, and you will be voting at the Babono Secondary School. So that encompasses persons from Babono, West Cabiche, Hill 20, Balata, Kako, Fonkani. Polling division B6B would be at the Babono Multipurpose Center, and that would encompass persons from Fonkako South, Jiwa, Lafitte, Green Goal, and that's pretty much about it. So guys, we have a power pack program for you this evening. Our speakers again, nothing short but dynamic. So I would like to now call on our very first speaker for the evening, Sister Kushama Alfred.
Yeah, man. One good turn deserves another. They were party. This time, not one seat for them floor. 17-0.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right. Good evening, my people of Cabiche. It is truly a blessing to stand here before you tonight. A community filled with strength, pride, and potential. I especially want to greet the youth tonight, because you are the heartbeat of Cabiche and the future of St. Lucia. When I look around this community, I see a lot of talented young men and women, big dreams, creative ideas, and courage to make things happen. But I also know that sometimes opportunities may be limited. Jobs are hard to find, resources are scarce, and all too often our youth feel unheard. This is why the St. Lucia Labour Party believes it is time to change that story. It is time to build a better Cabiche, one where our youth can rise, not leave, one where hope replaces frustration, and where we can all grow together. Our vision is simple but powerful: to create skills for training, to invest in small businesses, to support the youth, to improve sport and recreational facilities, and also to support education, scholarship, giving every child in Cabiche a fair chance to succeed. But beyond this, we must also build a spirit of unity. Cabiche is not just a place, it's a family. When one of us rise, we all rise. When one of us fall, we all lend a helping hand. This is why the Labour Party put people first. always. Let us remind ourselves that progress doesn't come from waiting. It comes from working together. Every tree we build, every youth we mentor, every project we complete, it makes Cabiche forward. It moves Cabiche forward. So tonight, I am calling on every young person in Cabiche. Get involved. Share your ideas. Be the change you want to see. Because the truth is, the St. Lucia Labour Party cannot build this community without you. Together we can make Cabiche a model of growth, pride, and opportunity. A community that lifts the people and gives the youth a reason to stay there and thrive. Let's rise together. Cabiche for our children, our families, and our future. Thank you, and may God bless Cabiche and the St. Lucia Labour Party. I thank you.
Yes, I. My Labour. Let's go, let's go.
Wow. Wow.
I tell you yes to Labour and no to
This
Flabo.
was so inspiring. Can we put our hands together one more time, everybody, for Kushama Alfred? Wow, very, very, very well said, Vun. You got it right on the mark. But yes, but guys, like I said, it's promised to be a very exciting night, and we have persons from all walks of life. We just heard from a very, very young lady, and now I want to call upon a stalwart of the St. Lucia Labour Party, a gentleman whom you cannot win an argument with anything that has to do with politics. So I now call on Mr. Peter Nolas George. Can we put our hands together for this gentleman? He has been in the fight for as long as we know, never given up.
To Labour and no to Flabo. We feel ready, no? Jump off a babuno. Why they happy so? Jump off a babuno. Why people whining so? Jump off a babuno. I tell you, who we voting for? JP, we voting for. Who we voting for? 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 Who we voting for?
Bonsoir encore. Maman Cabiche, maman Babonno, maman Ronset ici, qui a coûté ici, parce que, moi, ça, là, non, l'autre monde qui sortit tout partout qui a été Babonno pour à présent. Mais moi, ça, Jean Babonno même, Jean Cabiche, savent qui ça y est, côté sorti et côté y est. Bon, plateforme ça là, pas ni rien pour faire mépris. La pas ni oui, mais à sous plateforme ça là. Ça qui a sur plateforme ça là, c'est ça, moun, kakachile pour coûter et éducation qu'il a. Moi, non, Lasco George, c'est quoi vous appuyez moi. Et moi, en bagaille ça là, depuis 1964, depuis le Labour Party a commencé. Et moi, jamais mettez comme moi, loin le Labour Party. Parce que moi, ça, le Labour Party, un jour, nous avons un leader qui a fait ça, Philippe Djebie a fait à présent là. Et ça, c'est un bagaille, moi, toujours, il y a un rêve, on a rêvé ça. Tout le monde a rêvé ça. Philippe Djebie, c'est un homme qui levait Timamaï en parmi les gens qui ont collège. Et qui a toujours une vision pour faire ça qu'il fait. Ça, il voulait faire dans le pays ici. Bon, il vient là, à présent là, ça a été l'idée pour faire, il a fait. So, nous qui là, pas rien pour faire contre Philippe Djebie. Bon, il mène un homme et puis qui John Paul et Stéphane. Où ça pour y mener? Parce qu'il y a un bagage qui est bon à dingue. Il voit ça. Il voit John Paul et un bagage qui est bon à dingue. Un homme qui a parlé douce. Un homme qui a humble avec moi. Je connais lui. Mais depuis que je viens connaître M. Bon, Michel Samoun, qui a été devant, qui a mené mon devant, et qui a gardé pour moi. Non, non. Il va pas mettre quoi, il prend à son poteau. C'est John Paul et Stéphane. Monsieur qui là, Jean Cabiche, je dis ça. John Paul et Stéphane, c'est un homme, nous avons gardé pour et devant, et puis nous. Nous ne pouvons pas quitter par quoi seulement. Parce que si on quitte par quoi seulement, c'est flambeau à caler ou les billes. Nous disons que c'est bien. Quand tu travailles nous, c'est bien et puis nous, travaillons nous qui là, nous qui j'idée. Voilà, il n'y a pas nous à 10. Nous qui venons à 10, et pas qu'il a qu'à marcher. C'est qu'on a la vie à supposer beaucoup. Moi, pas supposé pour dire. Moi, qui n'a pas parlé, l'autre side la pièce. Ouais, monsieur qui là, un homme qui quitte place, 40 ans, il ne va pas jamais retourner. On dit qu'on est monde. Je dis qu'on est monde. En Cabiche. Et toute famille qui là, en Cabiche. Non, non. Je ne peux pas jamais dire. Merci. Hein? Bon Dieu, m'a fait du temps pour la même. Je vais essayer de me dire non, mais moi, je vous dis non. Tétanos, c'est ça que vous voulez dire, tétanos préfil. Tétanos préfil, il n'y a pas jamais, en 40 ans, tétanos préfil, oubliez Cabiche. Et whole famille, de Cabiche est préfil. Et qui va jamais, 40 ans, ou travaille en ministère de commerce, ou travaille à Campton, ou travaille à Kenny, ou travaille à Papier, ou travaille à Emma, ou pas jamais mener yon moun, en ministère qui, qu'on bousquette des cafés. À la bousquette, tout le monde qui travaille en temps, c'est l'hôpital là, tu vas travailler à la bousquette. Ou qui là, ou te pillé tout partout, ou pas jamais faire yon famille Cabiche en travail. On dit, on va finir, on va dire, Jean Cabiche, sans bébé là. Moi, ça, sans pourri et bébé l'eau. Parce que l'eau pas attaché, mais sans attaché. Mais par rapport à ça, pour finir du monde, sans bébé l'eau. Bon, on a dit ça. Personne dit moi, bon, il est pour me quitter Mike là. Comme Chaste te dit, tétanos préfil. Il te dit, bon, wrap up, parce que moi, je dis ça. Ou dit non, non, il a adressé Jean-Babondo. Chaste dit, wrap up, et bien il prend il faut d'ailleurs, il mettait en bas, voyez, et il va dire, wrap up. Parce que l'île va nous chasser. Moi, quand je dis Philippe, j'ai bien, mais il va dire chasser. Je chasser dit wrap up. Et que ça sent bagaille, ça touche chez moi les montagnes ça. Un homme, moi, je n'ai pas bon l'eau, pas garder pour indiquer. Un monde qui indique, je n'ai pas bon l'eau. Chasser ça dit qu'on sortit. Il va même le ou parler de maman qui va vivre. Quand tu rappes, hein? Bon, c'est pas ça que je viens dire à vous. Moi, je viens ici pour moi, endorse John et Stéphane. C'est pour John Paul. C'est ça que je viens faire ici. Mais moi, je dis tellement bagaille que je dis. Non, mais bon, en limite, il va dire mon rapport. Il va jamais dire mon rapport. Non, mais moi, ça, mon qui nous respecte. Là, moi, il va me dire, mais c'est temps, là où il va, moi, je vais quitter. Moi, parce que moi, c'est un monde qui nous respecte. Bon, c'est pas eux qui disent moi ça. Moi-même qui l'a gagné rapport. Merci, Jean Cabiche. Merci pour ça qu'a fini. Nous payons, oui, c'est vrai. Pontea qui en John Paul Stéphane et Saint-Lucia Labour Party et Philippe Joseph Pierre et Pays Saint-Lucie qui continue à faire progrès. Merci en pile.
Thank you, brother Nolas. Thank you, brother Nolas. Thank you, brother. Can we put our hands together one more time for brother Nolas? Thank you so much, sir. Don't forget, guys, we are fighting for the future of our children and the future for St. Lucia. And the only way we can do that is to ensure that the St. Lucia Labour Party retains governance. And of course, on December 1st, we must all go out in our flocks, in our large numbers, ensure that we all go out and vote for John Paul Estefan and the St. Lucia Labour Party. So our next speaker is Mr. Terence Fenelon. And of course, he has a wealth of experience within the Babonneau Basin. He has taught many of us. So he is no stranger to us. He is no stranger to the mic. And as he makes his way, I'd just like you all to put your hands together for this gentleman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades. Yes, it's nice to be here in Cabiche to address you. I have a very simple task tonight. I was told I was just speak about John. There's a lot I can speak about, but tonight I want the focus to be on our endorsed candidate, Brother John Paul Estefan. John Paul for all. It's indeed a wonderful time to be a Labour Party supporter. Hello? It's indeed a great day, a great time to be a Labour supporter. I know many of you, like me, you are looking forward to Sunday. Are we all heading down to Viewfort? Yeah. Oh, what a wonderful day. Glorious day that it is. The Flabos. Now we want them on our side, so we're not going to antagonize them too much. We're not going to call them too many, names or anything. We're not going to say the Arara. I mean the diehards here. But those in the middle, those who are supposed to know better, we want to bring them on our side. We want to take them for that line on Sunday, where they can see for themselves that our government, the government of Philip J. Pierre, is delivering for all. We are not delivering for some, we are delivering for all. And that's why John Paul for all. SLP is for all. We don't discriminate. We don't believe in the Belrose doctrine. We believe in sharing equally to every citizen of St. Lucia. And let me tell you, I should have walked with I think I have in my vehicle, the list, the booklet of achievements. How many of you have yours? How many of you have yours? All right, if you don't have yours yet, I hope there are sufficient copies. Get it, read it, and get acquainted with all the, not all, these 45 pages there cannot hold all the achievements of the Labour Party. There are so many more achievements that we have not put in that book. But there are so many. You know about the laptops for the children, you know about the minimum wage, all of that. And we have to tell our Flabo friends, they are benefiting. And let me tell you, pensioners, if you are a pensioner tonight, a government pensioner, at the end of the month, you get a little $600 to put in your pocket. Christmas is coming very early for you. That is what Philip J. Pierre does, you know. He thinks about you. He puts you first. And let me tell you, in John Paul, you have a gentleman who will continue in that legacy. Let me just speak briefly about John Paul. John Paul did not come in, he was not dropped from the sky. He was not parachuted into Babylon. He is from Babylon. Originally born in Denry, but lived all his life in Debawa. So you know him. He is one of you. I am tempted to say one of us because I spent so much time in Babylon. I feel I'm from Babylon. I was just not born in Babylon, but I know you have accepted me as one of you, right? That's right. You have accepted me as one of you. So let me say, John Paul is one of us for all of us. Here is a young man. His roots, yes, in Denry, but he spent all of his young life in Debarra. He went to school in Debarra. He did his schooling there, primary schooling, in Debarra. He went to secondary school. He transferred to Viewfort, I think, yes. Then he came back to Debarra, where he taught. In other words, he was giving back to his community. Because he will tell you, when it was time for him to write his CXEs and his CSEC subjects, there was a problem to pay. Our government now is making it possible for our children in Form 4 and 5 to write at least 4 CSEC subjects at no cost to you. So John Paul wrote his CXEs. He taught at Debarra. He became the principal of the Debarra school. And later on, he went on to lecture mathematics at the Sir Arthur Community College. But that's not all. John Paul did not just make his mark in the education sector, in the education system. John Paul has always been a community man. He spent time with the youth, and you know that the footballers, the cricketers, and the other sportsmen. John Paul has always been present. He has represented you. He has played with you. He has been an administrator. He has organized sporting activities for you. He has always been with you. He is not like this other fellow who disappeared for 40 years. And all of a sudden he comes back and tell you, I was a permanent secretary, as though that means anything to you. He came from the moon, that's right. And he wants to say, you know, I was a big shot, I was this and that, and because I was this and that, you must vote for me. No, you abandon us. You turn your back on us. Whereas John Paul was always with you, always among us, serving in every aspect of life. Sports, on the youth council, nationally, as on the cricket board. Right now he's a director on the West Indies cricket board. This is not a man that is just coming to look for votes now. This is a man who has lived with you, he has been with you, he has represented you, and he has served you all of his life. And what he is doing tonight, when he comes, he's telling you, I'm offering myself to continue to be of service to you. And he's a serious worker. One thing, you know, he laughs a lot because that's how he is. He's not a man, you know, who is temper flares. No, he's cool, calm, and collected. But one thing, he is a worker. When you see that John Paul is with you, and there are things to be done, he will get it done. So when you go to the polls on the 1st, you have to ensure that X, I mean, don't spoil it, you know, practice at your home. Put the lines and practice the X, because we're not spoiling any vote. And not only that, Babylon will not be in opposition, because we will be voting for John Paul Estefan. John Paul for us. Babylon, we're not in opposition, my brother. Our party will be in government. And we also must have a representative in government. And John Paul is that man. He is the right man for this time. So I have no fear. I have no fear. You know him. He didn't just come from the sky. He lived among you. He worked with you. And he served you. And I want to encourage you, especially the young people. There is so much happening for you young people. The other speakers will talk about that. There is so much happening for you. The youth economy. Today alone I was reading on Facebook, and you can go and check it out. You know, one of the directors, he was the first director, I think, of the managing director of the youth economy. And one of the first loans he gave was, well, not loan and grant, was to a young man who was a tiler to get his tools and so on. And now he's saying that he's managing a house for somebody and they had some work to do. And when he gave the job to the tiler, he left, he didn't bother about that. And this guy did the work. When he came back, the tiler says, but you forgot me. I know you cannot remember me. And then when he says, who? The tiler explained, and he says, you gave me that money when I came to you at the Youth Economy Agency. And now this tiler is a big shot. He's proper. He has his tools, and he's earning a living. So young people, do not follow the noisemakers when they tell you they'll give you $25,000 to start a business. That's pie in the sky. That's pie in the sky. That's a lie. In other words, they are trying to copy and paste. We are already doing that. We are already providing for you. So anything they come at you, they cannot sustain it. Because what he said is that he'll disband the youth economy and send you to the Solution Development Bank. Different thing altogether. So let me tell you again before I leave. John Paul is the right man. That's right. John Paul is for all of us. John Paul is a worker, a proven worker, an educator. He stayed in Babylon to teach principle of the Deborah School. He came back, he went to South Africa educating our youth. And all that time he has been serving on several committees in Babylon, organizing sports, etc. He has been one of you from way back, so you know him. So he never left us. Not like this other guy. All he comes and tell you, I used to be a permanent secretary. Who cares about that? What have you done for us? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So don't come and tell me you are a big shot. Yeah, you are a big shot, but what did you do for the youth in Babylon? That we don't know you. You are not from it. Yeah, you were born here, but you're not one of us. You went, whereas John Paul stayed. So I want to encourage you, all of you, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, when you go to the polls, we're going to vote for John Paul, because one, Babylon will not be in opposition. We will be in government, and the way that is through the X. So let me wish you all the best. Long live the Solution Labour Party.
Show me your hand, represent where you from. Babylon, let we go. When the PM ring the bell, we go make them know. Babylon, let we go to the 14 polls. No got them to flambo. Jump all for Babylon.
Thank you, Mr. Fanella. Again, it's always a pleasure listening and hearing you. So can we put our hands together one more time for Mr. Fanella? Very, very well said. Of course, we want to shout out to all those of us, or those of you rather, listening to us online, near and far. Of course, big up yourselves. Don't forget, guys, the link is out there on YouTube. You can share it with your friends so it reaches a wider spectrum. But if I may say something on Titus Sprayville, guys, just know that Titus Sprayville represents a government that supports slavery. And I can never stop talking about it because, I love my ancestors, and the way they were treated was out of this world. Being fed to sharks, being fed to dogs, spat upon, kicked, and so many other things. But this is the party that Titus Sprayville represents. And this is the guy who wants us, to support him, right? And have him form government and bring us back to slavery when we are already a free people under the St. Lucia Labour Party. So, of course, my wonderful audience, Cabiche is all about young people and they are very full of confidence. For the very first time, you know, in our meetings, we've had so many young persons so enthusiastic, you know, to reach out to the general audience or even the friends who are following them. So I now call upon the Cabiche youth. That's what they call themselves. Put your hands together. We have three beautiful young ladies coming to the podium to give some serious advice or even talk about their general life experience. Maya, Stacy, of course.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
And the mood is? That is it. When I was a child growing up, my grandmother was a proud supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party. She always told us Labour is for the people and they work for the people. Now that I'm older, I can see it for myself. She was absolutely right. Labour is the people's party.
That's right.
My sister was away for over 7 years, and when she returned, she couldn't believe the progress our country has made. From the youth economy program to facilities fees for students to night workers now made permanent, Labour is delivering real results. So today, I urge all young people, stand up, get involved and vote Labour. The choice is clear. Labour is working. And the Labour Party will continue to work for you. Choose stability, choose leadership, choose progress, choose the Philippe Jean-Pierre administration. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
The mood is? Thank you.
Samadula! Well, this one is dedicated to the man, John Paul Estefan. Don't feel it cold. One for all and all for one. Head that! Your time, hook for your button. So there we go. Put up a rag, put up a flag.
Good night, everyone, again. I wish to express my deepest appreciation to our Prime Minister and all our ministers for doing a great job in St. Lucia. For the invaluable support extended to the communities and families throughout provision of housing assistance and back-to-school support. Your commitment is improving the welfare of our citizens is truly, truly, truly commendable. The assistance provided has significantly eased our burdens and contributed to a more stable and hopeful environment for our families. Your timely intervention has brought tremendous relief to the families and has made a meaningful difference in our lives. Your dedication to serving the community does not go unnoticed. And we are truly appreciative of your kindness and commitment. Thank you.
Baba say John Paul, we Vega one John Paul, I Plateau say John Paul, Montito say John Paul, all for one and one for all. Tupuna say John Paul, all for one and one for all. Babuno say John Paul, Babuno, let we go. When the PM ring the bell, we go make them know. Babuno, let we go to the 14 poles, look at them to flambeau. John Paul for Babuno, Babuno.
Thank you to two beautiful ladies. Can we put our hands together one more time for sending across such a positive message? All right. All right, so we're moving right along with the program, guys. But before I do so, just want to remind you that just beforehand on election day, if you have anybody who's wheelchair bound, who's bedridden, just please let us know, so we'll be able to make every provision necessary to get these persons out there to cast the vote. Remember, every vote counts. And of course, we need to see the backs of the likes of Guy Joseph, Alan Chastney, Dominic Fede, and the entire UWP team out of our faces when it comes to politics. So we are moving right along. And our next speaker is the ever powerful, ever mighty Brother Frank Charles. Put our hands together for Mr. Charles, please.
Good night, brothers and sisters. Bonsoir. The moon is red. And it's redder than red. And you know why we're supposed to be even happy and overjoyed? The mystery spinner. They had a guy, if you know about cricket, a guy called Shane Warne. They had another one called Maliferan. When these guys spin a delivery for you, it's pitch on the leg stump and it will hit the off stump. But Philip J. Pierre, on pitching somewhere on off, it going through the middle and it hitting the leg stump. So as he said, nobody could read him. That's the mystery spinner. And you could see, as I was told that the other people, the other guys, have something on the other side to promote Mr. Titus Preble. But what is very interesting is while they're promoting him, Mr. Preble, now his brother was promoting Philip J. Pierre this afternoon. So I believe Marquette nous supposons even servi ces boxers as Titus même si frère pas si porter Chastney. Ma dit frère pas si porter yo. Ma vle personne mène pour l'audience. Mais moi dit frère pas si porter Chastney. So long garde Chastney against Philip J. Pierre. Frère Gado go with Philip J. Pierre. So in my life living in the constituency, I always pass through Cabiche. Ek mwen ka wa chay jen nom Cabiche akwen la, yo ka go nom tina chay ambition. And you know what? Na vle di te jen nom sa, and I want to tell young people, last koute Hot FM, ek se lots of radio stations sa. The government of St. Lucia has a lot of programs for young people. Sukute, NTN, and the regular stations, you will know the opportunities. They have opportunities. Where Chastney to defend NSDC, where you could learn a trade. I'm a product of not NSDC, but a program like this. Must I well there, how do you? I have been self-employed from the age of 20. My shame at I wouldn't put them, but when I was on, I went 60 my. So I learned my trade, and we have the young men here and the young people here. The Labour Party has put things in place where you could learn a trade. Lani Tivet, Lani Tut Bagay. They have the youth economy. When you start up, now you learn your trade. They will help you to get your tools. Lani Bay, take the opportunities. Lautan Flabo Finidi, Ektai, Toskai Pasek, I do. We'll do things for the youth. And if I have to quote his brother, Friday, Hodia, Sebuksa Banipla, because Mem Sebuksa Kavini, and you gotta do the youth, the government not doing nothing for the youth. Where the Sabbath way? Because they are the youth economy. Excellent Shai Shen Moon Tika testify about youth economy. So, where the IPAV by your advice, may sit and advise you, pour gagner l'élection et gagner you, at least say, I'm going to enhance the program. Now that is what I've been saying. The difficulty that the United Workers Party have, c'est leur nom qui a fait bottom-up economics. Philippe Tchepé a commencé à monter. Bon, pour Flabo dismiss Philippe Tchepé, et pour really take over Philippe Tchepé, moi, je commence à faire ma bataille, so c'est mon moyen gagnant. Because Philippe Tchepé a posé mon dans le vivant. So but Alan Chasney c'est bottom, c'est top to bottom. Like, that these guys, when you do top to bottom, and there are several examples around the world, they see you like a put two dollars and you buy a picture. For the first time in the history of solution, moi-même qui dit ça boldly, nous n'y a prime minister, côté tout le monde qui enjoy la taxe. Tout secteur, tout le monde qui enjoy la taxe. Et moi, je voulais bravo, Mr. Philippe Tchepé, also our Prime Minister Philippe Tchepé. Philippe Tchepé, ben, Denwell. Ma pour mais moi, ni Denwell. One on the first, one on the 24th. When Denwell. So, comment il a un aspect pour moi? Peut-être mon paiement vient de à la first là. Et dans mon l'autre vient de l'autre côté à the 24th. C'est nice easy. But for men I do. When you look at the substance, one will say this up. The substance of government is on this side. Look at the sati and fold your sweat. Nous pas besoin de monde venir dire nous, because c'est pour ça que la vieille phrase de la service, c'est pour dormir pour la ou pour savoir comment on est pour le gonfler. Connais Stéphane Della? What's his brother name? Daniel was there. You're tout là. And you're tout cadeau mania Chasney. The problem is Alan Chasney. So ça moi qui fait là. So moi voulais monter à côté de Cabiche. That he laisse pour ça passer. Dio, we have the best prime minister in St. Lucia. That's Philip Joseph Pierre. Oh, somebody said in the world. Philip J. Pierre, the man I know, he's very calculated. Est-ce que John Paul Philippe J. Pierre pique là? Il pas juste pique juste comme ça. Il a regardé la tête, il a regardé à ce côté, il a regardé ma pied. Philip J. Pierre made a choice in selecting John Paul Estefan. Avec mon avis, dit ça encore. When Philip makes his judgment, because when Philip J. Pierre était not in 2021 over candidate with a supporter, and he told me, comrade, trust the process. Trust the process. I trust the process. From depuis Joussa, mon pas question Philippe J. Pierre a sous rien. So c'est pour ça qu'il va se faire à Hong Kong. Il couille élection, mais il parle du Parlement Saint-Jude. So tout flabo, ouais. Saint-Jude cover dimanche. Patrick Spina. Don't play with him. Bon, moi-même qui a connaître monsieur, m'a questionné. Moi, répondu ça, moi, mais là, tu moi. Elle m'a dit rien encore. So, I'm saying to the people of Babono, Mavleton, Daki, Philip J. Pierre appoint a senator from Babono pour House là. Because Labour Party can't get election. So Babono need pour arrest là too. And we need our candidate in the house. So more Pavle, John Paul slips là. So nous pour I vote en masse. And put John Paul in the house. Ek pas slips là. So nous dire à voter balance ça c'est balance la président là les flamand. C'est ça me nous poser. But brothers and sisters, the choice is clear. You have Alan Chasney on one side. You have Philip J. Pierre on the other side. What? Yes.
I agree. But what is interesting is the man that is coming here to run against John Estefan said a couple months ago, Shasne Babo. So that is interesting. So the choice is very, very clear. Very clear. Brothers and sisters, good night.
Thank you, Mr. Charles. Can we put our hands together one more time for Mr. Charles? Just like Mr. Funelo, very committed, very, very supportive, and we deeply, deeply appreciate you guys. Of course, tonight is not all about talk, but I just want to invite a young lady to do a very beautiful, beautiful musical rendition. And of course, Babono, we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent, and this is something that we will be nurturing through sports, academic, and otherwise. But definitely good things are coming ahead under the St. Lucia Labour Party. So I just want to call on none other than Lady L, whom you will possibly know as Eldra Thomas. Put your hands together for Sister Eldra Thomas to do her musical rendition.
Good night, Mama Lepa. Mama Lepa. That force. So tonight, if it's John Paul, it's about entertainment, it's about music, it's about love, it's about peace. What do you say? You didn't say we do good things. And I want you coming December 1st. You have a homework, do not forget. Please go to the polls. Do not stay home and say you win already. Say, but they are determined and they will go out to vote. So please, my people, go out to vote. Bring your name and your power, everybody. By 12 o'clock, we need to put these crazy ballers out. What do you say? Yeah. Oh, yes. Ay, ay, ay. Found your notes you left out on the table. Working late again, don't wait up for me. We don't spend time together like we used to. And I'm tired of waking up in misery. And when you love me just a little bit longer. And when you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything be alright. With John Paul, everything's gonna be alright. We don't spend our lives on separate highways, praying for the things we can afford. Now it might take some time to make it better, but we've been down some bad roads before. Let me hear you, Cabiche. And when you love me just a little bit longer. We gotta love John Paul, you know. When you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything's be alright. Oh yes, we gotta vote for our children, the young generation, the youth, our elderly Yeah? And when you love me just a little bit longer. When you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything's be alright. Oh, now baby, everything's be alright. Thank you.
All right, sir. Was this nice? Was it nice? We call him for an encore. Encore. Ezra, Mini, I know. By the study. By the whole by the show. Yes, what's up?
All right. It's all about entertainment, yeah. We are people of talent. What you say? Oh yes. I found your notes you left out on the table. Working late again, don't wait up for me. We don't spend time together like we used to. And I'm tired of waking up in misery. I see a strong woman here, yeah? Love me just a little bit longer. And when you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything's be alright. We can spend our lives on separate highways, praying for the things we can't afford. Now it might take some time to make it better, 'cause we've been down this hard road before. Let me hear you, Mama Cabiche. And when you love me just a little bit longer. When you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything be alright. When you vote on December 1st, everything will be alright. Remember that, my people? Yeah. John Paul, Estefan. When you love me just a little bit longer. When you hold me tight, don't let go. When you kiss me like there's no tomorrow. And everything be alright. Oh, my baby, everything be alright. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady L. Thank you so much. And if you want to see more of Lady L, just go on YouTube, type Lady L. Educate where Eldra Thomas like took the lyrics here. Alright, so I bet you that this was quite entertaining, yes? Yes, I. So message to our next candidate, definitely we need a music studio in Babono. So Eldra is not the first. We have a lot of time. Not under the St. Lucia Labour Party ticket, but under the United Workers Party ticket. And of course, he's one who has been advocating for the removal of the United Workers Party. So I now call on none other than Mr. Mondesi. Put your hands together for Mr. Mondesi, everybody.
Flabo. Bye bye Flabo. C'est Flabo on va chier. C'est Flabo on va rap. C'est Flabo on va chier. C'est Flabo on va rap. Oui, on veut le travail. Malade qui préfère. Oui, on veut le travail.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, the people of St. Lucia. Good evening, the people of Babono. And good evening, the people of Cabiche. It's indeed a pleasure to be here on a Labour Party platform. I need to give you a little history of how I became a Labour Party supporter. When I was in the United Workers' Party, we had a leader by the name of Stephenson King. We had a candidate who did not win the elections, but he represented Soufrière in the name of Alan Chasney. And when Sir John died, Sir John left St. Lucia in the hands of Stephenson King. That was his choice. But behind, when he died, they plotted against him. Some of the people from here, they plotted against him. Alan Chasney said, in my presence, because I was the deputy leader of the party, he said he will never challenge Stephenson King. And Stephenson King did a fantastic job in his term. When they came, they backstabbed him. But Alan Chasney, how he did it, he took him from the leadership. So I said to them, this is not fair. This is unjust, and this is dishonest. And I said to Alan Chasney in his face, you are dishonest, and you lie to people. I will not support you, and I will never support you. We formed a group, 27 of us. You must know the man that is going to represent you as the United Workers' Party. You must know what you're buying. You must know what you have on your hand there. And I'll tell you a little bit about this man. We formed a group of 27. His brother Claudius was in it. He was in it to take off Alan Chasney from the leadership. He found all fault that Alan Chasney did not have the capacity, nor did he have the intelligence to run a country. And we all agreed. We had our meetings and Sanssouci. When they were coming, I would park my vehicle right where in front of the building we were having the meeting. Alan Chasney and Guy Joseph used to send somebody to take the number plates of all the people attending meeting. I said to Breville, if you believe in something, you admit he has not got the capacity. You admit he cannot be a leader. Why are you hiding your vehicle in Sanssouci all holes to prevent them from getting your number? I said, this is dishonest. I am not supporting him. I will park my vehicle. He and Guy Joseph can write my number 100 times, it will stay there. And this was Claudius. He too supported the deceit of Claudius. When they asked Claudius to go on a run out in Babono, he knew these guys were tricky. He knew these guys were dishonest, but he fell for it and he took that challenge. Of obviously, they had it get down. They had it disturbed. They plucked the votes and he lost the bid to represent the people of Babono. The next day he complained how it was unfair. I told him, Claudius, a man like you, a man with no brains. Because in those days, when I was attacking Alan Chasney, I said, Alan Chasney is a good person, but Alan Chasney have no brains. He does not have capacity. I said to them, Alan Chasney, between every human being has is something we call gray matter in Pato Nukakuye Sevel. I said to them, this man can never lead me. Between Alan Shastner's ears is sawdust. Gloka to a gloka sorti. And to now I keep saying it. They tried that on Monday, Monday Fox Law Traisa. They asked me to run a runoff with Koklo Run. I said Koklo Run is just coming into politics. I held 3 ministries under the United Workers' Party: national security, planning, and health. I said, I'm not a little boy. I'm a big man. I'm educated more than them. Check my office and see degrees on that. So I said to them, I am not. They thought they would use the same trick they used on Preville. The night of the runoff, I was on television saying, don't put my name in that nonsense. Don't put my name. And this is how, if you look at Preville, Preville is not honest. Preville stands for very little. Preville, if you love your people, I love St. Lucia. I love my people of St. Lucia. I spent 30 years in Canada, but every December I was home with the people in my constituency, because that was where my mother and my father came from, Sufra, and my mother came from Ancillary. So you got to look at what you are accepting. I want to clear 2 things as I go along. There is this rumor and lies talking about the hospital in St. Jude's. A hospital, as a Minister of Health, I was there when the hospital in St. Jude's were being built, the night I was standing on the grounds. I was there and had an instrumental part in the development of the Owen King Hospital. The monies were given from the European Union. 3 years stayed in St. Lucia. We could not do anything with it because the drawings that was done, the hospital could not be made with that money. And they came to take that money back to Africa, and I got an SOS and we were able to salvage it, and today we have the Millennium Highway Hospital. And I want to say to you all here that a hospital is made up of 2 phases: a construction phase and a medical phase. Now what is happening there today is that the construction phase is complete. On Sunday, the contractor is giving over the building to the Ministry of Health and the government of St. Lucia. Now with a hospital, you cannot commission a hospital to put everything in it at the same time. Reason for it is that you have to go gradually, because you have to make sure that you have the gases that people are getting the gas. You have to know all the things, the electricals are perfect, because if you put a patient and you have a faulty electric, you know the person is dead. You cannot be on an operating table and not making sure that every plug, every line that's coming to give the person their life is working properly. If not, you have a dead body. So you commission that hospital in stages, and you have to make sure that all the things are working. Also, you have to take it step by step. So right now, they will be handing over the hospital to the government. That means the job is finished. But that doesn't mean that the contractor is not responsible for anything that is wrong to come and fix it. Then you bring in the equipment step by step. From experience, the Owen King Hospital, inside it today stands an MRI machine, brand new, a mammogram, brand new, because the people that sell them tell you, you have to be prepared to accommodate them. When they brought them in too early, they didn't have the proper air conditioning and the proper situation in the rooms for it. Both spoiled. A mammogram costs pretty close to over $1 million EC dollars. An MRI costs pretty close to $2 million, and they are sitting right now at Owen King Hospital, not in operation. We cannot make a mistake twice. We cannot make a mistake twice, and that is why you have to bring in the equipment slowly, that every instrument, everything is working perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a few things to tell you about why would you choose a bad manager to manage your business. And I can tell you, I have a list of things that you can judge for yourself that Alan Chasney and his crew, a crew that has no experience, a set of young guys with no business experience, none of them can tell you they run a business. None of them can tell you they did this and they did that. We, the people of Cabiche, you cannot leave your business, your country, in incapable people's hands. That is one of the things. And I'll point out to you why. Let's go first. The DSH. Thank you. The DSH, look at the deal that Alan Chasney and his crew made. Look at today, the amount of land that was given, just $1 an acre. Look at what they chose to be the first thing on that territory. They chose a racetrack. A racetrack is the cheapest thing from all they promised us to build on the place. And then you have one of the ministers that never even read the deal, and St. Lucians now end up with what we end up. You had an abattoir there, an abattoir that was given as a gift from the Taiwanese, complete with everything. We were supposed to be making ham, bacon, sausage, etc. I too am into farming. I have a pig operation. It is a hard thing when a farmer have to stay overnight just killing animals just for the market, and we had an abattoir. They deprived us of that. The OJO, they gave that guy a building free of charge. They spent about $5 million fixing that building. And then they took the people's money, the taxpayers' money, and paid the salary of the people working in there, and the guys went to Texas with the profit. That is what you call management and judgment. Let me look at again. Cabot in Cap Estate. NAC was wanting to buy the land. Alan Chasney directed them to sell it to the foreigner. Now that foreigner have 300 and something acres. And on 16 acres, he was able to pay a debt of over $21 million and gave them a gift of $1 million and deprived the NIC from possessing that people in St. Lucia would have a cheap place and a nice place to live other than what we are having now. So this is one of the other things that UWP judgment is bad. We looked at again, COVID. The man took over $7 million of our money, gave it to a friend that never imported an injection from a pastor, gave him to buy vaccines. And up to now, the country cannot recover all its money back. There is something going on in the United States that they're saying that there is a company of the United States that was pioneering that. Then they contacted the guys in Barbados because his friend that he gave that money is having business in Barbados. And now they're investigating whether that friend with Alan have something to do with the scheme. We have to be careful. We have to be careful what we do. We have to know where our money is going. Look at this. Jordi Jou, il dit, il veut moun aller se affaire pour rien. Mais n'a dit ça, laisse affaire te besoin l'argent pour courir. What he did, he said to them, go and find it yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, if he said and never gave a cent, I personally met the principal of the Afro at that time, was a lady from Barbados or from Grenada. And she said she has never seen anyone in any capacity like that do not know the value of education out of Sir Afro. For example, Sir Afro, tout docteur ou kawè, tout avocat ou kawè, charpentier, mécanique, c'est là you can commencer. Because without that education, you cannot enter a university. Exodia, today, Alan Shasta is saying he is giving free education to anyone going to South Africa. What, since when? When did he find out the value of education? Is he bluffing us? Is he tricking us? So what was that? Did he not know that Sir Arthur was the one that produced the doctors, the lawyers, the engineers? That's where they start. How is only now? Why now? And he's never said how he's going to finance it. Look at the destruction of this guy. We have crime. Crime has been a problem in St. Lucia. We run short of place to put prisoners. He took custody suite and he mashed it up, not knowing where he had the money to replace it. Ladies and gentlemen, I was the Minister of National Security. That means I had the responsibility of all policemen, wardens in the prison, and the security of this country in hand. And I can tell you my record shows that after Sir John gave me that task, in 6 months, it is on the record, I brought the crime rate down by 35%. We were getting people from overseas, St. Kitts, Nevis, other islands asking us how we did it. But I will tell you, we had a good thing going with the commissioner at that time and myself. He destroyed it. I have again here a printing operation we have for years. Tell me one country or one island that don't have their own printing operation. And he wanted to mash that up too. I had also, he had also the desilting of the Roseau Dam. And here we have that difficulty in water, embarrassing us, the tourists embarrassing us because we don't have the water to do it. And what they did, he and his girls, they have a bubble right now of $16 million that they were submitting false invoices to the government and the people of St. Lucia. And here, he has to account for that. And he promised us that it would be desilt by 40%. It is now about 10 or 12%. Where is the money? Where has that money gone? And yet, one of his people are coming on television and radio and saying that she will have the levy that is put by the government that all of us are paying on our water bill to help in developing the water system and giving us water when we want it, as we want it. She's saying that if Alan Shasta gets into government, she is going to tell the south of this country to cut it off, don't pay. There is a man. If you are a leader, if you are sincere and you know the problems with water, will you encourage any one of your members to tell them that you're going to tell the people in the south not to pay? So what happened? The hospitals here, all of us paying. That is a man that is divide and rule. You cannot divide a country for a necessity like water and encourage one of your people to say you will tell your people in the South not to pay to help. When everybody in St. Lucia is trumpeting for the hospitals, the roads, we cannot tolerate that. I wanted to, before they said time is up, but when you start to call me to talk, I want to tell you, I want to introduce to you the agricultural. We want to revise the agricultural sector in St. Lucia. Dabono is a highly agricultural area. And I want to tell you, I have been in a group for the last 3 years, organizing with them how we're going to do it. We have presented the development to the government of St. Lucia, and it is in vain. What we're going to do, we want to be self-sufficient in food. We have to know the world now is changing. There is no dominance from the Americans, it's divided, and everyone is for their own. And we have to take the agricultural sector to lead. When I was a young boy, still a young boy, when I was a young boy, agriculture was the first industry. Then it was tourism. I would like to see that reverse, because a country that cannot feed itself, cannot feed its people, is doomed. And we need a change. But I said, if he tells me, and I'll tell you just a little bit, we need to have a central buying point. A central buying point where the farmers can grow their crop, grow their animals, and sell at a price that is competitive and that takes into care the amount it costs you to develop. Then we move into another centralized area whereby that, because we will be basing it on a little profit, the other organization will now take over. They will put a 5% on every farmer from his sales. The company will put 5%. That money will go into the NIC to protect a pension for farmers and fishermen. I don't have the time to go in it longer than that. And I said, it's short, but I'll say to you, I want the people of Cabiche and the people of Babono to know that in Estefan is a man you can trust. You want to know why Preville, after saying the man is no good, the man cannot lead, the man cannot make any kind of deals, and yet today you are coming and saying that man is good. I want the people of Cabiche and the people of Babono to say it for themselves. Tell us what passed. Tell us how he happened to change his mind. You have to ask him that question. You cannot deny that from the people of Babono and the people of St. Lucia. And I say to the people, I will be back. Because the last election with Dr. Poyot, I was quite a few places around on platform. You'll hear more from me, and I will be more specific and make sure I say to you, the people of Cabiche and Babono, don't be misled. On the 1st of December, take your mother, take your father, take your friend, go early and put the cross by the star. Because I say to you, if you make a mistake and put a bunch of novices that have to take 3 years before they find out what government is all about, you will pay for it. Don't make that mistake. I have trust in my people of St. Lucia. I know we are smart, and I know we will not make that mistake. So on the 1st of December, I want all of you, everybody inclusive, to go to the polls and vote vote the Labour Party and vote the United Spurs Party out of politics. Out of politics. I thank you very much. Thank you.
If you don't like it, put it in your pipe and see Labour, oh my neighbor is Labour, my auntie name is Labour,
Thank you. Guys, this was Dr. Keith Mondesi. Can we put our hands together one more time for him? Yes, man, he has a lot of information. A lot of information. But we have a power pack program tonight, and a lot of our speakers, of course, have to leave. So let me just quickly call on the president of the St. Lucia Labour Party Women's Organization, Sister Sharon Ephraim, to make her contribution towards this meeting. Can we put our hands together for Sister Sharon Ephraim, who has to make her leave to Grosley immediately after she speaks.
Thank you very much. Mamai Babono, Mamai Cabiche, Bonsoir tout le monde, Fouet excès, Bonsoir. I'm here tonight in support of the candidate John Paul Esteban. And what better time to be here to be able to give support to our comrade. I want to say to you tonight that you have to be able to come all out to be able to bring that seat back to the St. Lucia Labour Party by bringing your friends, by bringing your entire household that can vote, by bringing all your children that can vote, and making sure you bring all your neighbors as well. So si ou poko ale la pou chache se moun ki sa vote by John Paul, ou still need to professor. If you have done your canvassing and you have not gone to your neighbors and the people in your surroundings, I say to you tonight that you still have time to do that, because that seat and the rest of the 16 seats will be coming to the St. Lucia Labour Party come December the 1st. And I want to say to you tonight that the administration, our Prime Minister, the leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, has done enough and a lot, much more than any other Prime Minister that we have had in St. Lucia, for us in St. Lucia. Give him a round of applause. We have never seen so much happening for the people of St. Lucia. And with Philip J. Pierre, it's about the people. With the St. Lucia Labour Party, it's about the people. And tonight, I say to you, you need to be able to come out in full force to support John Paul Esteban for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Madu Yoswe, Mwete Od Denry, Eklemedu, Meeting Sala, Tete a meeting. I saw the Esteban brothers in full action last night. And I was so happy to see the support that they gave John Paul Esteban and Philip J. Pierre, the St. Lucia Labour Party by extension. And so I say to you tonight that you need to remember all of what the St. Lucia Labour Party has done for you. But pardon me, Oswea, you pokapa and yebao. Because if they do for your children, if they do for your grandmother, if they do for your household, if they do give you the scholarships, they did something for you. You may not gain personally something, but somebody in your circle, somebody in your household did receive something from the St. Lucia Labour Party. And if somebody in your household did not receive, you are driving, for you the drivers, you are driving on good road. The roads were done. Some of the street lights were put together. Those of you in agriculture, you got so much to assist you in the agriculture sector. So don't tell me that upoko jwen aye la wale de wala. Ekse muna ka do yo pa jwen aye yo play sap kisa yo ka jwen abali exo. Dio si yo même pa jwen aye yisho jwen. Mama yo jwen, papa yo jwen, madame yo jwen. Madame yo monsieur c'est monsieur a jwen, tout moun jwen. So Dio amon a for nou jwen. Now, if you want to be able to get more from the St. Lucia Labour Party, what are you supposed to do? You think if you don't put the little X by John Paul on the St. Lucia Labour Party, you will be able to get anything from Alex Chastain and his crew? You will not get anything. And don't believe it when Alan Chastain tell you that he has changed. Alan Chastain went on a podium in a meeting and say, I am a changed man. When you are a changed person, the people supposed to know that you are a changed person. It's supposed to come from the people, not you. The people supposed to see that you are a changed person. And I say to you, do not believe Alan Chastain when he tell you he is a changed person. Because Alan Chastain, like Estefan said last night, he is there for the worst. Don't you worry him. And when you see the flowers come and tell all the lies, you need to debunk it because you know it is not true. Pape, I does not pay. Let you can say bagay la. Keep on your top because zot ni pou ni confiance en parti zot. Ni confiance. You need to know what your government did, what your government will do, and this is your Bible. This is the facts. This is your Bible, the facts of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Yes, putting people first. That is what you have to talk about. Each one of you need to have a copy. And each one of you need to study the facts, the work of the St. Lucia Labour Party, what they have done. And if you don't put them there, ou pa ka jwen rien, ou pa ka jwen rien. Si ou vle continue ni souffrance. When the UWP was there, then ou pa eme kou, ou pa eme famille, ou pa eme person only wow. Sou kotan souffrance. So if you know that you want more progress, if you know that you want to move forward with the St. Lucia Labour Party, put that X by John Paul Estefan. Put that X by John Paul Estefan. And when you see they come out with their lies, you must know your facts so that you can answer it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid because all of what they say is lies, propaganda. Lies, propaganda. Mokotana yeyodi kibwe. Mekidusa mekakuteo tutle. Mokotan. So I'm saying to you tonight that you need to give your full support to your candidate for Babono. You need to go out there and you need to get these people to come out and vote, especially the mobilizers. Mobilizers supposed to know all the holes the people are that cannot come and vote on their own to go and get them to come and vote. You need to have strong people that know the people to be able to go and get them to vote. You need to have good agents, puisque là où il a dit double salaire, et qui ont fini là ces flambeaux, on est pour faire yo. Parti est yo. Make sure you see everything that is happening inside of there. And if you see something that should not be happening, you need to call us quick. Stop and call us. We have our lawyers. We have our managers. We have our supervisors. Call someone. Don't take them for granted. Remember I tell you that. Don't take them for granted. You need to make sure that when you're in that box, you keep your eyes open and you watch them like a tick. Watch them. Because they're going to be out there and they're going to be very nasty, as they are nasty already. So I say to you tonight, you need to make sure that 4 o'clock in the morning, you come out as early as possible. When all your stuff is set up, make sure you have your 100 yards, you have your agents, you have your mobilizers, you have your runners, you have your election team, election workers team in place. And and make sure you do not let the flowers set up before you. Make sure you set up early, and by the time they pass, you're already seated, relaxing, because you're ready. Make sure that happens. And make sure that you try to get your polling station early so that you can know where to vote. Pas dis-moi that ou sorti Cabiche, ou s'abonner pour vote Babono, mais ou carré travail juste poisson. Ou ni pour make sure quand on travaille là ou ça vote là, puisque nous ni pour make sure tout qui travaille vote. Do not say we win already. We do not win yet. Election is won on the day. Do not say I'm not voting because we won already. Election is won on the day. So make sure you go and cast your ballot. Make sure you go and cast that ballot. Election is won on the day. Do not let anybody fool you and say, nous jamais gagné. Nous jamais gagné. Election is won on the day. So remember that, my people. Remember that, my sisters and brothers. Remember that. And remember that we are staying with Labour. And come 1st December, when Grosile win the election at 12 o'clock, that will be followed by John Paul Esteban. Because Babono and Grosile are linked. We are one. So remember that when Grosile win for 12:30, 1 o'clock will be Babono turn. And you need to make that happen. You need to make that happen. So make sure you get good rest. Make sure you eat properly. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you take your vitamins so that you will be strong and able, so that you will be able to go out there on election day to get the people to come and vote, and for you to be able to open your eyes and assist the people in the 100 yards to make sure they know where they're going and vote, so that you can send them the right place to not waste time. We do not want to waste time. So make sure c'est mon sab côté yo ni pour aller, qui laisse polling division yo ni pour aller, pour yo mettre ti quoi by John Paul, the St. Lucia Labour Party, the star. So tonight, my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for inviting me here to say a few words with you. I want to thank you for seeing so many of you here tonight. And I want to thank you for being able to hold your meetings in peace and making sure that you support our candidate, our brother, our comrade, John Paul Esteban. I say to you tonight, the mood is? The mood is? And the choice is? The choice is? That's right. So let us keep up that. Let us continue to get to know that the mood is red and the choice is clear. We're voting for the St. Lucia Labour Party, and in Babono, John Paul Esteban, because we're bringing 17 seats home to the St. Lucia Labour Party. I thank you.
Thank you, Sister Sharon. And we put our hands together one more time for Sister Sharon in frame. Very powerful lady. True Labour Party stalwart. So we're moving right along with the program. Of course, time is against us. So our next caller, quickly, just to say a few words to us, is the gentleman who introduced the Cuban ICAP program to St. Lucia. And if we all know who, can we put our hands together for none other than Comrade Peter Pell Lansico.
That's right. Comrade. Yes, my comrade. Bonsoir, frère excès, frère Cabiche. Bonsoir. Non, moi c'est comrade Pell. Et chaque monde pas ils savent ça. Moi c'est Hish Cabiche aussi. Si vous me demandez une question, vous pouvez comprendre pour qui. My brothers and sisters, once in a while, every once in a while, you get to meet a special person in your life. Every once in a while. Okay. The boss says he has to make an announcement. Hold on, brothers and sisters.
Yes, guys. There are two vehicles to the at the entrance. There's a white Jeep and a gray Jeep to the front. Dr. Lancico, not Lancico, but sorry, Dr. Mondesi wants to exit. So if you guys could just, the drivers of the two vehicles right at the entrance, if you can just move those vehicles so Comrade Mondesi can leave. Okay, all right, cool. So let's continue. Let's continue.
Wherefore I say, my brothers and sisters, I was telling you that every once in a while in your life, you have the privilege and the pleasure to meet a special person. I met John Paul Estefan some months ago, and I must report to you that it is a pleasure and a privilege. Say, go plaisir, vin connect John Paul Estefan. As you know, he is a son of Babono. He is a humble man. Et puis toute éducation, he is a humble man. He is the kind of man who's going to represent you with distinction. He is an honest man. I can tell you that from now. Because when you speak with people, you get to know who they are. You have a feeling for who they are. And I want to tell you tonight, my sisters and my brothers, and anybody who has any doubt, that you have a very special candidate in John Paul Estefan. Have no doubt about it. And you must vote for John Paul Estefan on election day, because he's going to be part of a team of men who put people first. Probably, ça chasse ne dit l'autre jour. Il dit, il passe à comprendre, ça nous a dit, nous dit, put people first. Il passe à comprendre ça. Parce que la vie, ça il connaît, c'est mettre croix devant. Mettez croix premier. So, il pas même comprendre a philosophie comme ça. Bah, un philosophe comme putting people first. Il dit, pas ça comprendre. Pas oublier ça. And my sisters and my brothers, I want to tell you that I want to remind you of the IK program that we have in St. Lucia, and remind you of what was going to happen if they had won the last elections. They would have stopped the IK program. They were going to stop it. Can you imagine stopping a program that saves the eyesight of so many thousands of solutions every single year? I remember being the one to introduce the IK program here in 2004. At the time, I was a young economist, and I formed the IK program in Cuba and I brought it to St. Lucia. But before bringing it to St. Lucia, I had the privilege and the honor and the pleasure of bringing 7,000 St. Lucians to get their eyes fixed in Havana. And since that time, that IK program has taken care of tens of thousands of St. Lucians. And I want to inform you, in case you don't know, that they intend to stop the IK program. Abaflobo ek liday, set lisien panipouni anye qui capote yo bénéfice. C'est qualité, manye monsieur kakachili. C'est qualité. C'est naturel. And we are paying CXC fees for all the students of St. Lucia. They will stop that program as well. Lucians, watch your bread. They plan to stop the CXC program where we are paying CXC fees for our post students. We are paying for everybody, in fact. We don't discriminate. We don't ask you if you're a FLOB or UWP when we pay your children's school fees. And they intend to stop the laptop program. I came here to tell you this thing tonight. For those of us who are not watching our bread. And you're fâché that we get the pension as a raise. For the first time in 30 years, I repeat, for the first time in over 30 years, a Prime Minister called Philip J. Pierre decided that pensioners needed some benefits. And he increased the pensions. My brothers and sisters, can you imagine that gang they call the UWP has a problem with that? And this business of the sanitary napkins for our young girls, our young students, that one really upset me, my sisters and my brothers. You remember how Guy misbehaved when he heard that we would now pay for sanitary napkins for our young students so they wouldn't have to miss class on those critical days when the young girls have their little event. And we call it period poverty. A quiz for Guy Joseph Raytensa. So jiksa, yo kay debut. Ek se même book sa akadevin do, oh, yo kay faire éducation, sa afal is free. Mati yo ka mati. Because Alan Chasney, as far as he's concerned, he would close down so after his community college. Because these guys do not believe that education is important. But education is what liberates our people. Education is what makes you free. Education is what allows you to find a job and to stop depending upon your parents. Education is the great liberator. And these guys have no use for education. And let me remind you, because St. Lucians have short memories, my sisters and my brothers. Do you remember that St. Lucia was supposed to become the 4th campus of the University of the West Indies? Because the University of the West Indies has 3 campuses. It had 3 campuses in the Caribbean. Trinidad, St. Augustine campus, Jamaica, Mona campus, and Barbados, Cave Hill campus. St. Lucia would have had the 4th university campus of the University of the West Indies. When University of the West Indies said to St. Lucia, you have been waiting in line for 20 years. Are you ready? Alan Chasney, Guy Geldy, you part of it. So we lost the opportunity to become the 4th campus of the University of the West Indies in the Caribbean. What a shame. At mistake I've been doing, they will make Alpha Louis Community College free for all students. Magie. Don't be fooled, and they're taking you for fools. And he had called us, while he was in power, he had called us jackasses. He had called us mendicants. In other words, beggars. He had called us 43%. He insulted us in the worst ways. He called us backing dogs. And this time now, while in opposition, he has come full circle. He now calls us monkeys. The worst thing a white man can do is to call a black man a monkey. And mind you, my sisters and my brothers, when he calling you monkey, don't believe it's labor rights alone he's talking to you. He calling all of us monkeys. Nous say nègres. Nous say macaque. Except for what can you pas connaître ça. Et comme on can vote by a magie comme ici. So my sisters and my brothers, I have come tonight to support my dear comrade, my new comrade, John Paul Estefan, a young man in whom I am well pleased. And it is my pleasure to tell you that when you support John Paul Estefan, you will not regret your vote. On the other hand, Lord Camarade Titus Preville do you know that Alan Chassin is a bookie reckless. Titus Preville do you know that Alan Chassin is a bookie passe assise et calculer bagaille. Il pas qu'à plaindre, il pas qu'à calculer ça, il qu'à faire. Qui a été premier ministre? Et même Titus Preville là de où Alan Chassin c'est maître lycée boss li. Qui a été bagaille ça? If a man speaks that kind of language and he comes to your home to beg for a vote or to ask you to vote for him, you should tell him move in front of your door because he's foolish. How can you say that a man is reckless and you want him to be your boss, you want him to be the Prime Minister of St. Lucia? St. Lucia deserves better. So my brothers and sisters, go and prepare yourselves, prepare your documentation, make sure you have your ID card, and do the right thing for the children of St. Lucia, the pensioners of St. Lucia, the students of St. Lucia, the nurses of St. Lucia, and all our institutions of the state of St. Lucia, and vote for Comrade John Paul Estefan, my dear sisters and brothers. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Comrade Pell. Always inspiring, very much well informed. So guys, of course, it is getting late and we have quite a bit more speakers to do some valuable contributions. Of course, the next speaker is a lady, very powerful, very knowledgeable, and has a big historical background when it comes to the SLP. So please put your hands together, everybody, for Sister Verna Matfre, of course, who's making her way to the podium right about now.
Bonsoir, Mama Eleva, Mama Cabiche, Mama Babono. Oswaya, nous avons fait un t-shirt here. Pour nous commencer. Tell the fellas ring the bell. Tell the fellas ring the bell. He ring. Echo ring la. Salve yo. Okay, sisters and brothers. He ring. Tonight, my sisters and brothers, I'm going to share with you a little history of why you need to be a supporter of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Growing up as a little girl in Foaso, I listened to everybody speak about their party and who they support and what is their party's all about. But I had to estimate myself, watch myself growing up and see where I can fit. Because my grandparents were Flabo supporters and my mom was a Labour supporter. So I had to choose because I was brought up with my grandmother. So when I grew up, I said to myself, let me see the clear vision of what is going on. When I voted the first time, when I voted for John, I said to myself, I was not aware of, I just did it because my mom is Labour. The second time around in 97, I said, Verna, you have to make a decision and you have to know why you're voting for that party. When I saw Kenny Anthony came with that school program, like every child deserves a secondary school education, and I saw we only had a few schools that some children were able to go to attend a secondary school. And that man said every child deserves that
term of education. I said, oh my God, what world are we living in? Are we in St. Lucia? And then it happened. He built schools and every child got the opportunity to attain a secondary school education. Some people, mama, they talk about it. They gossip about it and say, why every child should be allowed, their children that are slow and everything. It worked. It worked. Every child. And then you get that woman program at night. I have my grand aunt. She traveled to the UK. But she took that class at FOASO, the woman program. And she was able to know the signs when she reached in London. To know when she crossed in the road, she saw the stop and the go. And she said, Usav, lemon VA. That was her first experience. So when she came back, she said, Usav, want to connect, stop and go. That is what the Labour Party is all about. Educating people. Educating people. My sisters and my brothers, can you believe under the farmers program, every farmer got the opportunity to get water tanks. Even the flowers got water tanks under the St. Lucia Labour Party. And they were proud to accept those water tanks. They got it. They even got before the Labour supporters. That is what Labour is all about. Sharing and caring. That's what our government is about. Our government don't say because you are a flower boy you will not get. Everyone is included under the Labour Party. That's why we must support the St. Lucia Labour Party. My sisters and my brothers, I can remember growing up in FOASO in a little wooden school. And I can tell you, I admire my sister Alvina Reynolds in that tenure. That lady was determined to give us a better school in Babono. And here we are with the state-of-the-art school in FOASO. I can remember today some flowers had so much to say about her, but their children got scholarships under Alvina Reynolds. And today they are doctors. They are doctors. So let me tell you, Labour is working and Labour is for progress. And we will continue to work and do what is necessary to see our country continue to grow. Under Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party, I have confidence in John Paul. I have a lot of confidence in this man. The way he moves, he's not arrogant, he's very easygoing, he's with the people. I want him to continue on that. He is the man for Babono at this time. Let's give him all the support that we can. And then in the next election, let's elect John Paul for the St. Lucia Labour Party. My sisters and my brothers, I cannot stay too long, but I have so much to say and to share. But at the same time, I'm saying, let's stay with Labour. That is the best party for St. Lucia. Under Philip Gabriel again and the St. Lucia Labour Party, we are a party of promises that are kept. And let's keep moving with Labour together. Mama Labour, the mood is red. The mood is red. Good night, everyone.
One for all and all for one. Head that! Your turn, hook for your pattern. So there we go. Put up a rag, put up a flag. Show me your hand, represent where you from. Babono, there we go. When the PM ring the bell, we go make them know. Babono, let we go to the 14 polls. Look at them tout flambeau. John Paul for Babono, me say Bamol.
Thank you, Sister Bona. Put your hands together one more time for this lady. Very, very powerful speaker. A daughter of the soil. Always a pleasure listening to her. And of course, our next speaker is going to be Brother Mesman from Grosley, who has always been with us. So put your hands together for Brother Mesman as he comes to the podium.
Good night, good night, good night. The mood is red. And we are red and ready. Tonight I'm here to ask you to support John Paul Estefan, support our fantastic Prime Minister, Philip Joseph Pierre, and the St. Lucia Labour Party. And by now, you have to be living under a rock. About wash super salsa gouvernement Labour Party have by pays. Among the things I can speak all night, but I only have about 5 minutes to say a few words. And I'm telling you, Sunday, something big is happening in Vieux-Fort. And I want everybody to come down to Vieux-Fort. Show the support. All the flambeaus are trembling. Kakadlo take them. Their own leader said, if they open St. Jude's, Kwapo smoke our pipe. Well, on Sunday, Kwapo will smoke the pipe because we are opening St. Jude's. We are definitely opening St. Jude's on Sunday. And that's a milestone. 16 years. The patient has been in the stadium and they will be moving shortly. So that's one. Some people would say, the policies of the St. Lucia Labour Party has impacted every St. Lucian. Every single St. Lucian. Whether you are a worker that used to get 300, maybe 400 a month, 500, now it's doubled. At least for some people, they're going home with the minimum you can go home with is $1,150. Round of applause for the St. Lucia Labour Party and the Philip J. Pierre for that. Philip J. Pierre is a trendsetter. The policies he implements in St. Lucia have been followed by other Caribbean countries. Philip J. Pierre don't have to pretend to do anything. He's a genuine man. What he says he's going to do, he delivers. And I can attest to that because I was a former LIAT employee. And when Philip J. Pierre was the opposition leader, we had a conversation and he said to me, once the Labour Party wins the next election, the former LIAT employees will get the severance. And he has delivered on that promise. So I have the highest regard for him. And also, he did not only pay the LIAT employees, he also paid Majestic industry workers. Some of the people were dead already, so long that Majestic industry folded. Their children had to pick up the checks on their behalf. And I can tell you I've benefited personally. But whether you have benefited from minimum wage, it might not be you directly. It might be somebody in your household, a friend, a family. I remember a few years ago, my daughter was going to the convent. I had to put out about $2,500 to buy a laptop. Right now, once you enter Form 1, every single student gets a laptop. Now, the thing is, whether your parents voted Labour or Flabo, when you enter the secondary school, they're not asking you who your parents voted for. You're a student of Babuno, Entrepot, Comprehensive, Convent, St. Mary's College. Every single child gets a laptop. Another thing, $500 bursary. Teachers that were temporary during August vacation, they got nothing. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party, all teachers getting a salary in August. What more can we ask for? But there's more in stock. But wait till the next 5 years. When we sit, there's no doubt in my mind that the St. Lucia Labour Party will win the next election. The question is whether John Paul Esteban will be among the parliamentarians. And that's for you to decide. And for me, and everybody else there, the choice is clear. We're sticking with Mr. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party. And we have done enough. The government of the St. Lucia Labour Party has done enough. My personal opinion that Philip J. Pierre has been the best prime minister in 1 term. That's my opinion. And when he gets a second term, he might be the greatest prime minister we have ever seen in St. Lucia. And that's the first 4.5 years is just the start. Wait till we get the next term. On December 1st, Mamaile ba pakite moun kienew. Tout meeting Nukani Moon. All the rallies, all the lounges, we have a lot of people, massive crowds. Sa pa ka genye eleksyon. Eleksyon ka genye pou jou eleksyon, ou leve ek ou ay vote, ou mene sese ou mene fwa ou mene mawi ou mene tatatou. Tout moun nou ka vote St. Lucia Labour Party. I cannot see any reason why any one of us here will think of voting for the other side. This aside, we have a party with men and women of great character. Let's look at the 5 new candidates we have. John Paul Esteban, ça c'est nom. Un nom zot connaît. Un homme qui pas hekite babouno. Un monde qui toujours exhorte. Il pas dit ça pour exvier. Il l'a exhorte. On savent qui ça fait by shot. We go down to Castries Southeast, but me belty madame. Woi, Lisa. Then Chandra Dr. Harak Singh. You know something? Something is happening in Miku South. Shasne Ailwe Kaila. Huh? Ebe, on bagay kay fet. Then we go. On lot namweme. So Danny Butcher. Mino, mi character. Then Chozel, Keith Charles. All our candidates are men of caliber, character, people we can trust. And you can look at the other side. You can see the candidates they have. And you can see the party to support is the St. Lucia Labour Party. There's no choice. The choice is clear. It is with Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party. My brothers and sisters, don't be left out. Make sure you come out and vote. Support John Paul Esteban. Support the St. Lucia Labour Party. Support Philip J. Pierre. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live Philip J. Pierre. Long live the people of St. Lucia. The mood is good night.
Jump up, stand tall like the island trees. Voice of the children and the youth. John Paul, watch them rise.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you so much. Can we put our hands together one more time for Mr. Mesman? Of course, a true friend of Babono. And of course, everybody, the moment you have all been waiting for. The moment is upon us. Come of the man, or come of the hour, come of the hour, come of the man. However you have it said. So now we call upon our candidate, Brother John Esteban, who is going to be our next parliamentary representative for Babono. So everybody wave your rag, wave your flag, make some noise, blow the whistle as we call upon our next parliamentary representative for Babono. John Paul Esteban.
From the barrels in the Babono breeze. Jump up, stand tall like the island trees. Voice of the children and the
Babano. Good night, Cabiche. Good night, Cabiche. My people of Babano, again, it is a pleasure for me to be here. It is a wonderful pleasure for me to be here to talk to you on the plans that we have going forward when the St. Lucia Labour Party will win the next general election on December 1st, 2025. And make no doubts about it, the St. Lucia Labour Party, we are on course to victory. But I don't want you to get complacent, because unless you go out and vote, we cannot realize what is waiting for us in the future. So everybody, don't get complacent. Don't worry about what Flabo is doing. I heard they have 10 people on the big field next to the secondary school at Babono. Yes, they have 10 people. If you look up there, you can see the field up there. There is no activity at the Babono Secondary School on the playing field. That just tells you about what is going on with the United Lucas Party. Let's examine something. The UWP tells you that yellow is a code. So I want us to focus on the word code tonight. What do you understand by a code? A code is a rule or a law. A code is a method of behavior. And a code is a secret message. So what message is the UWP sending to us? What rule is that they want us to observe? And if you would have heard, on the other side, there is a dictator. The man does not accept people with talent. And you would have heard my brother Andy Daniel tell you, the man is intimidated by strong, independent black women. So Alvina Reynolds will never fit anywhere. No way. Alvina too strong and too independent for her to associate anywhere next to that leader on the other side. And if you look at the mood, a mood is a feeling. Positivity, calmness, energy, a vibe. So the mood in the whole of St. Lucia is red. The mood in the whole of St. Lucia is red. The people in St. Lucia, they are comfortable with the leadership of Philip Joseph Pierre. Philip Joseph Pierre exudes calmness. Philip Joseph Pierre is humble. Philip Joseph Pierre cares about every single person in St. Lucia. And I told you at Lacroix that there are a lot of Flabos coming on our side. And you would have seen Denry last night. Who would have thought a man 3 consecutive terms, ran election, won for the United Labour Party, the United Workers' Party, and then he has left. He has left. UWP is not attractive anymore. UWP does not have the capacity, they don't have the competence, they don't have the leadership to lead St. Lucia. There is no hope in UWP. And that is why all of us, we will be voting for the St. Lucia Labour Party come 1st of December 2025. All right, now the people of Cabiche. People of Cabiche, what is it that we plan to do for you when we win the next election? One, I know there's a children's play, a play park for the children that my sister Virginia Albert Poyet had started working on. A little higher up the road, closer to a plow, by the car wash higher up there. What we will do, we will continue that project. And if you'd have heard me at my launching, I said, lower down this area, we have about 5 acres of crown land in Cabiche. And we want to develop that crown land to ensure that the people who are squatting there, they can get title to the land that they have. And it is important for you to get title. You need title for the land. Because when you have title for the land, you can go to the bank, you can take a mortgage, and there are so many things that you can do. Now, I will not tell you that you can use the land to ensure that your children, they can get to university, because the government of St. Lucia has a first generation scholarship program. And what we want to do going forward is to ensure that every young person in Cabiche who has the academic inclination or they have the academic capacity to go university, that we will get them a scholarship so that their parents will not have to mortgage their property so that they can go to university. And you don't have to go far to university. Right here we have Monroe College. You can do a couple of years you can do all your university at open campus. There is no need to go to Trinidad, to Barbados. And the government of St. Lucia, there are so many scholarships that you can get to go to university. You can go to Cuba, you can go to Hungary, you can go to Morocco, you can go to Germany. So many scholarships that are being given on a yearly basis. What we want to do is to ensure that when the scholarships are being given, that Babono is represented like everybody else in the country. And I don't have to tell you, a lot of the speakers before me told you that I have been an educator for 33 years. I retired on the 1st of September this year. All my life, I have been in the teaching profession, so I value education. And I personally know the advantage of getting a good quality education. I was raised in poverty, and I know what it is like to come out from poverty because of a solid education. And what I want to do is to ensure that not only the children from Cabiche, but every child in Babono who has the capacity, that we make representation for them so that they can get a university education. And this is one of the things I want to achieve when you elect me as the next parliamentary representative for Babono. And for the young people, I know Turin Sports Club or Turin United Sports Club is from this area. And Turin, all my cricketing life, one of the teams I had trouble beating is Turin United. Every time we get Turin in a final, Turin is beating us. And Turin was a very, very strong cricket team. And what I want is for us to develop the young men and women into an organized group. Organized group so that they can access funding. The crown lands that we have lower down this area, when we develop it, what we want to set up is a recreational facility for the people of Cabiche. So whilst when we develop the land, we can set up a recreational facility for the people of Cabiche. Because we want to develop the sporting capacity of the young people. And we will not only be focusing on sports, there are other dimensions of the individuals that we will develop as well. Already, the government has invested in a semi-professional league for both cricket and football. And we want to ensure that
those in Babono and in this area who have the capacity that they can benefit from that program. We also want to take care of our elderly. And this is something that is very close to my heart because my mother passed away 2 years ago. In fact, last Sunday was 2 years we buried our mother. Last Sunday was a very emotional day for me. So it was my mother's birthday, her burial date, and of course the announcement was made that elections in St. Lucia will be held on the 1st of December 2025. It was a roller coaster day for me. All right. So the old people or the elderly, very, very, very close to my heart. And I want to ensure that these people, we take care of them in the twilight of the years. And that is why, going forward, we will look to ensure that we have a home for the elderly set up in Babono. There are plans afoot already. Sister Love had already donated a building that we can use. So all we have to do is to work with the administrator of our estate to ensure that we bring that to life. We also have been talking about getting a specialized vehicle for the elderly. And I'm very passionate about this. This is something I want to see happen. And I will do everything in my power to ensure that we have an elderly, a specialized vehicle for the elderly. So in cases of emergency, we can take them to the hospital. And we can also use that vehicle to take them out to recreational activities, to church, and so on. We need to focus on the farmers, and we will spend a lot of effort to ensure that those who are farming, that they can get a market to sell their produce, and even introduce, for example, in Faso, we already have a processing plant. We need to see how we can reopen that plant so that the farmers, whatever that they produce, that facility can be used to ensure that, hey, we create different kinds of products for the farmers. So my brothers and sisters, the St. Lucia Labour Party, they have done an outstanding job in managing the affairs of this country. Last week Sunday, a booklet was produced, and I'm hoping that you have gotten a copy of that booklet. The booklet is entitled From Promises to Realities. And if you look at that book, there are 35 pages of accomplishments of the St. Lucia Labour Party. What I would like you to do is to take the book and study it, read it, and so that you are well aware of all the things that the Labour Party has done. So when you hear the other side, they are coming and saying that, hey, the St. Lucia Labour Party has done nothing, you would be well informed of all the accomplishments of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And why would you vote out a party that has performed? Why would you vote out a party that has performed? The St. Lucia Labour Party, like I have said before, has done an outstanding job. And there's no other party in the history of politics in St. Lucia that has achieved as much as the St. Lucia Labour Party has done in the last 4 years in government. And we need to reward them by re-electing the Philip J. Pierre administration and his team to manage the affairs of this country.
We need to do that. We need to re-elect the Philip J. Pierre administration to manage the affairs of this country. We are moving forward together. Moving forward together. Yes, we are moving forward together. And moving forward together, that suggests that there is a certain level of unity, and there's a certain level of teamwork, and no team can function well without a capable and competent leader. And I am not being biased when I say that Philip J. Pierre is leaps and bounds in terms of his leadership compared to whoever else we have here on the other side. Philip Joseph Pierre knows how to bring people together. Joseph Pierre knows how to tap on the talents of each individual who is a member of the team and ensure that everybody works well so that the entire system or the entire team can move together in unity. So we cannot move together, my brothers and sisters, if we don't have a capable leader, if we don't have an outstanding leader, if we don't have a competent leader, if we don't have a leader who knows how to put people first. And Philip J. Pierre embodies all of that. He cares, he's concerned about every one of us, and he is competent. Philip J. Pierre is very, very competent. And that's why he has managed the affairs of this country so well for the last 4 years. Now, on the other side, we had Mr. Gaspia. Law by Mr. Lai by Kisapu Febe. Now, when you do say a change man. So, ma Kisa is a change. Kisa ite et change and die. Poof. But the United Workers' Party, they need serious re-engineering. Because that is a failed party. There's a leadership crisis there. We have a lot of young people that feel that they are talented, and the only motivation is to ensure, hey, if I win and that man loses, and by the way, he's going to lose, because as I told before, we are on course for a clean sweep. Now, I'm not one who likes to boast, but we are on course for a clean sweep. And if they don't behave themselves well, they will lose every constituency in this country. And I believe, St. Lucia, it is time for us to make some history. We have never had a 17 lot. St. Lucia, it is time for us to make some history. Let us make history in the next election that is coming up. Let us ensure that we send UWP back to the drawing boards. Let them re-engineer themselves and come better, because they are not ready to manage the affairs of this country. Let us have a clean sweep in the elections that is coming up. My brothers and sisters, as I said earlier, we need to take the election that is coming up very, very, very seriously. Alan Shaste will not just lose just like that. And the weeks and the days ahead, they will be coming with a lot of money to buy your votes. Well, you can take the money. I will never tell you to take the money. You can take the money. So if they offer you the money, take the money. But take the money and ensure that you do not vote them in. Take the money and you do not vote them in. Si vous pas de problème. Si vous voulez gaspiller là, qui doit gaspiller. Pour là, bon pas voter. Because so on est un homme qui travaille bien,
ou pas ratier et mettre bêtises en dedans. Ou pas ratier un bonhomme et mener magie. Ou pas ratier un bonhomme et mener bêtises en tout. So if they want to buy, try and buy you, take whatever it is that they want to buy, sell, take it, but do not vote them in. So ensure that, one, your name is on the voters list. Ensure that you know where you are voting. Liaise with our office 4897979. Liaise with our office to ensure, and if you need special assistance, that we know that we can provide it for you. Now tomorrow, the Prime Minister will be in Babono. The Prime Minister will be in Babono, and I want you to give the Prime Minister a warm Labour welcome. So we'll be starting in Babono Central. We'll be walking the strip from the multipurpose center, walking that strip. We'll be visiting the 2 early childhood centers that we have, the government one and the Adventist one. We will stop at some of the bars all the way down to George, and then we will go down Talvan. We will stop at 1-2 shops on our way down to Talvan. We will visit the housing complex that they are building in Talvan. We will go to the Foasa Primary School. I want us to go to Maki to see what is happening, the farmers are doing down in Maki, because there's a development that is going to be happening in Maki. That development involved tourism, education, and that is an exciting investment that will take place in that area. More jobs will be created for the people in Babono. So we'll be going to Maki to ensure that we have some dialogue with the farmers there. And when we come back from Maki, we'll be in Bogis, and then we will make our way up Lage and then visit Golden Eggs. So that is the route that we'll be taking tomorrow with the Prime Minister. So those of you along that route, I want you to ensure, I forget to say that when we get to Foasa, we will be walking down the Conway area to go by the multipurpose center and then the field. All right? So those of you who are along that route, ensure that we have our people ready to welcome the Prime Minister to Babono. No red? All right. I've been advised by my senior sister that you should not be wearing red. Okay? No red, but we want people in the natural setting to just welcome the Prime Minister as we take him to the Babono area. All right. So my brothers and sisters, let me thank you. Let me thank you for being here tonight. And the train continues on Tuesday. Yeah, the tour will start at 1 p.m. The tour with the Prime Minister will start at... No, I was saying that, my brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for being here tonight. As usual, we have a very large audience following us, and I want you to keep it up. We have how many days to go? Is it 17 or 18? All right, we have 17 days to go. The battle continues. Next week, we'll be at 2 other venues. Aldrich will tell you what venues that we are next week. So
So we tell you what venues that we are next week. So we will keep up the effort to ensure that, hey, we retain the seat for the St. Lucia Labour Party. And it's important that we retain the Babono seat for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Babono has never been in opposition. And that is not a record that we will break this year. As a matter of fact, based on the vibe and the mood that we are getting, there will be major surprises in Babono. Let's look out for it. So my brothers and sisters, your task is on the 1st of December to ensure that you vote. We cannot win the elections if you do not vote. Ensure that you vote. And when you are coming to vote, do not leave your neighbor. Take everybody with you to ensure that we vote. And when you vote, I want you to put your X next to John Paul Estefan, the star. Put your X next to John Paul Estefan and the star. And if you look at the ballot paper, the name at the top will be John Paul Estefan, and there'll be a star next to it. So you put your X next to the star. My brothers and sisters, peace and love. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live Philip J. Pierre. Good night, my brothers and sisters. Get home safely, and may God continue to bless you. Love everyone. Good night.
Hold on. All right, so we have an ad hoc presentation to do. This was not part of the program, but for some strange reason, somebody really loves Babono, and the campaign, as it's going, very nice and smoothly. So somebody, a special person out there in the audience, decided to contribute $1,000 towards our campaign. So put our hands together for that person. Hey, I do not know who, but we're going to make a presentation right about now. So I call on Mr. Michael Gaspar.
Good night, everybody. Bonsoir tout le monde. Hey, comrade. Let me tell you, I am so elated. I never thought that's how I know we're winning. We are winning. And you know why? An ordinary person, Yamun does not want their name to be mentioned, but they love the Labour Party. They love John Paul Estefan. The person loves the campaign. And most importantly, the person says, Gaspar, look, $1,000 I given you to give to John Paul Estefan to make that campaign better, especially for transportation to St. Jude on Sunday. So, Mr. John Paul Estefan, and by the way, he's an ordinary person, no businessman, no businesswoman, very ordinary. Let's give our hands, put our hands together for that contribution, ladies and gentlemen. So, from an anonymous person, keep it anonymous.
Thank you.
All the best, campaign going good. Let's win.
Monsieur Shai. Now, imagine UWPD by weather pay here, but too low you weekend, you need fundraising. Come on, they won't put in the so, see by when, come on, they say, Mulasain la, other sandals, cats on la Pumani Plama. Actually, by weather pay here. My brothers and sisters, thank you very much to to the anonymous individual for the donation. I appreciate that very, very, very much. It's a pity we don't know who you are, so we can send you a thank you card. But I guess at some point you will reveal yourself to us. Merci and shy. Shy. Good night again, everybody.
All right. Okay, do we have any other spontaneous persons who check on me there? All right, guys. Before we close, just some announcements. Tomorrow, Friday, all roads would lead to Shock. At about 5 o'clock, Babono will be collaborating with Grosile, and we'll just be making noise. So bring your red, bring your flags, your shack, your turbo, your whistles, whatever have you. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock, we are collaborating with Grosile. On Saturday, there is an entrepreneurship workshop which is happening at the Babono Secondary School. It is going to end at about 4 p.m. But right from there, we're heading to the constituency office where there's going to have some games, fun and games, karaoke, etc. And it's just basically young people mingling with each other. All right, so those of you who have the time on Saturday, at about 5 o'clock, we will all gather at the constituency office. All right, on Sunday, of course, we all will be heading down to St. Jude's. All right, the official handing over of the St. Jude's Hospital, that's happening on Sunday at about 2 o'clock. So somewhere around, let's say 1 o'clock latest, we'll be leaving Babono motorcade style, all in our red, heading down to St. Jude's. On Tuesday next week, our next public meeting is going to be in Balata from 7 p.m. I believe it's somewhere near Angus's Bar, Blessings Flow Bar. This is where we'll be meeting next week, Tuesday. Next week, Saturday, we are calling on all of the young persons in Babono. There is going to be a national youth rally. So we will be starting at the shop roundabout on next week, Saturday, and we're heading down to Denry. We are at least looking for 4 buses load of young people, and we're heading down to Denry. The following Sunday, which is the 23rd, we have our own youth motorcade on Riverline. So our motorcade starts at 12 p.m. Babono Central. We're heading down to Bola Maison. There's gonna have a lot of entertainment. More fire burn will be on hand. We have our food, we have our drinks, we have our DJ competition, freestyle, and everything. All right? But the most important thing, guys, the most important things to take away tonight and every other night would be December 1st. Make sure every single person who can vote goes out to vote. If the person is wheelchair bound or bedridden, let us know early enough so we make all preparations so we get these persons out and vote. Remember, our cutoff point by 12 o'clock December 1st, Babono would have already won that seat. This is the target. Keep that mindset. Keep that mindset. Titus nous pas v'lou Babono. Jamais. Right? Tikwa! Hey. Yeah, that's the spirit, guys, for sure. Right, so I want to thank everybody again for coming. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for another successful meeting. Remember, the next public meeting is next week, Tuesday in Balata. So everybody journey home safe, and definitely keep in mind tomorrow, 5 p.m., all roads lead to Shock. Okay? All right. Thank you so much.
Don't feel it cold. That's why I voted for Labour. They putting the people first. I'm not voting for no flambeau to put us back in reverse. I'm moving forward instead. I have my eyes on the bread. Ask anybody in the country, they will tell you the mood is red. Red is the mood. If you don't like it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. If you don't like it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Labour, my neighbor is a Labour, my auntie Helen is a Labour, the mood is red and I'm a Labour. If Jerry is Jerry guns, Elisha have no plan. With BJP we stand that from where your back at done. Labour putting the people first, putting them in reverse.
5 more years for labor, cause we don't want to make it worse. Ready the mood. If you don't like it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. If you don't like it, put it in your pipe and smoke it. Labor, labor, and my neighbor is a labor, labor. My auntie Nelen is a labor, labor. The mood is red and I'm a labor, labor. Let's call one for all and all for one. Head that! Your turn, go for your pattern. So there we go. Put up a rag, put up a flag. Show me your hand, represent where you from. Babono, let we go. When the PM ring the bell, we go make them know. Babono, let we go to the 14 poles. Look at them to flambeau. John Paul for Babono.
Good night, good night, good night.
John Paul for Babono. John Paul for